Hello everyone again, it's Rockrin coming to you with another video, and today we're going to talk about this January 6th nonsense that they keep putting on your TVs, and I'm sorry. You're just regular people out there, you don't need to worry about this stupid stuff, but it's what they want to put out, and they put it on every fucking channel that they can, and they want you to watch this dog and pony show. And, you know, if you're watching it and you're thinking like, oh, well, you know, the testimony sounds legit. There's no cross-examination of any of these witnesses. There's no defense. There's no objections, right? It's just a smear campaign. And that's all they're trying to do is smear Donald Trump. It's all they're trying to do with this. They're not trying to actually find out what happened on January 6th, because from what I've seen, and I'm fairly ignorant about it, but what I've seen on video is, the guy with the bullhead and the war paint and all that shit, he was allowed in to the main hall of the assembly, and he got to sit in the judge's seat, and there were officers of the law there. One of them says, hey, this is one of the most sacred places in America, not like sacred religiously, but sacred, to our political everything, as humans that live in America. I mean, that place right there signifies something. And that dude in the, the bullhorns and stuff, he sat right down in the throne, He's like, whatever. And I've seen another guy who was allowed by the police, the cops that cover this stuff, right? He sat down on Nancy Pelosi's chair and put his feet up on the desk and lit up a cigar. And I'm like, this makes sense. This is what we do to our political adversaries. Did we threaten anybody? No. Did we try to hurt anybody? No. Did we make fun of the people that run our country? Hell to the fucking yeah, we did. And that's a good thing. This is something we need to do more often. Now, I'm not saying anybody needs to get hurt, but one person was killed on January 6th. One. Just one. Two people of the crowd at January 6th died of natural causes. One had a heart attack, one had a stroke. They both died. Two of the officers that were working that day, like the guys that worked in the Capitol, I don't know. I have no idea what happened to them, but they killed themselves. And I have no idea why. I honestly don't know why. I'm not privy to the suicide notes, if they left one or they just killed themselves, or if Hillary Clinton had something to do with it. See, again, we don't know, because if those two were there allowing people into the Capitol, because that's what happened that day. It wasn't an insurrection. It was like, wow. So this is what it's like in here. For almost every one of them, for almost every person that went into the Capitol, they were just kind of curious what it was like. Because, normal American people don't get to go in there. And that's all they were doing. Just wandering around, checking shit out. They're like, this is how they work. Okay, that's the office of Nancy Pelosi. Wow. That kind of shit. It wasn't like, they say they were going to kill Mike Pence. And, it's the funniest thing. It's the stupidest thing, too. Not one of the people that went into the Capitol building had a weapon. Not one of them. And only one person was killed. And you have to know this shit, because it's true. I've looked it up. I've looked it up on many different sources. One person died. 2 people had, fatal health problems. Maybe the excitement, I don't know. Maybe they were just going to die. But, 2 of the people that were there on that day, and they want to tie it all into like, oh, no, it's insurrectionist shit, right? They died on the street. They had heart attacks and strokes. And maybe Trump, incited them to, let's go, America. We care about America. That kind of shit, right? And they got really hyped, and then they fucking dropped dead. But the 2 officers that killed themselves, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea why. They could be the 2 officers that were there in that video when the dude with the bullhead walked in and he took a seat on the throne. He took a seat right there, and the guy says, "Hey, man, this is the most sacred place in all of the United States, for the politics of it." And, if that guy killed himself, I feel bad. He's sitting on video. He seems like a good dude. And he's not saying, get the fuck out of here. He's like, I understand what you're doing. Just, does it have to be like this? I'm not sure how he felt. I can't speak for the guy, but that's how I felt. I'm like, I understand why you're doing it. This is very much meaningful to you and to a lot of people, because if you look at their Department of Justice here in the United States, it's a fucking joke. It's an absolute fucking joke. People that firebomb a cop car while the cops are in it get their sentences reduced. They were sentenced to 10 years. They got 2 years. 2 years in prison isn't fun. I wouldn't say it'd be a good time. But, once they get in there, they'd be like, hey, everyone, we're the 2 bitches that lit those cop cars on fire. And everyone in there will love them. It's not like they're going to have a hard time. At least I don't think so. Because, I don't know what women's prison is like. I can't really speak to it. Everyone in there is obviously innocent. But, now there's bugs everywhere tonight. Sorry. I'm trying to keep them off me. I got some wounds on my legs. But, whatever. Oh, you big old cockroach. Where you gonna... Oh, gotcha, bitch. Anyways, yeah, so, but that's leniency coming from the Department of Justice. And this is out in California, where their minister of crime, whatever he's called, he just lets everybody out. Oh, you killed a white person? Go ahead. Go on your way. A black guy kills a white person, is on his way. He kills another white person. He's seen on video saying, fuck that white motherfucker. He's seen on video saying that. This is what happens in a lawless country. I'm sure those are bugs on my hat. But anyways, when nobody punishes criminals, they're just right back on the street to do the shit again. They let this dude out. He had raped this woman, and she was black, so she, was a Christian and wanted to have the baby. She has the baby, and while he's in jail, she raises that kid. He gets out on parole early, comes to her house, kills the child, ties her up and murders her. And these are the people we let back on the streets after a couple years. Couple years. Oh, you killed somebody? Yeah. Get you right back out on the streets to do it again. Now, I honestly believe if you kill somebody, we kill you. As a country, like, okay, you kill people, now you die. And I'd like it to be a very painful way, but I know we're growing past that as a society, and I want our society to grow past that, but I don't want murderers out on the fucking street. I don't. And if you do, there's something fucking wrong with you. There's something wrong inside of your brain if you want murderers out on the fucking streets. Because they're going to do it again. Because they feel nothing. These are nihilists. These are people that don't give a fuck. So, look out in your city when they let murderers out after 3 months in prison, in jail, really. Because shit. I mean, the Democrats are helping them lawyer up. The Democratic Party is helping them lawyer up. So they get out, like the next day, they're out on the street and they got to go to court in 3 months and they do the fucking same shit. They do the fucking same shit while they're out. I mean, their Democratic lawyers would be like, hey, calm down. You don't have to go killing people again. But murderers continue to do that shit. I'm not saying everyone's a serial killer, but there's a lot of fucking crazy people in America right now. There's a lot of fucking crazy individuals in America right now, and they are being let out on the streets to go do whatever the fuck they want. And what they want is to kill you for no reason other than the fact that you got white skin. If you do. If you have black skin, they might just shoot you anyways. It doesn't matter to these people. They're insane. They're criminals. And they should be locked up. But, this defund the police. Defund, burn down everything. That's what's going on in our country right now. And it's fucking bullshit. It's absolute fucking bullshit. I don't want anyone who watches this video, I do not want you to die from somebody who murdered some asshole and then got out of jail and then just was like, wow, this country's rad. Let me go find my gun that I hid over here. I'm going to go kill some other motherfuckers now. Because they're incentivized to do this. By the Democratic Party, they are incentivized to do this stuff. Because nobody cares about crime. See, Joe Biden doesn't give a fuck about crime. Kamala Harris doesn't give a fuck about crime. Lindsey Graham doesn't give a fuck about crime. Mitch McConnell doesn't give a fuck about crime. None of these politicians care about black people killing each other. They don't care. They don't care when white people are killed by the police. And it happens a lot. Just to let you know. A lot of meth heads in the white people community. And they get shot and killed by the police. Happens all the time. But there's never an outcry. Never once an outcry because, we're white. So we get what we deserve, right? Now, I don't say every meth head deserves to die, but I met a lot of meth heads when I was locked up and when I was in prison. And some of them are really good people. They just have an addiction that they can't kick. And our government doesn't do anything to help them. It's lock them up. And then, 6 months later, they're right back here because they're not getting any help. Because the funding for these things from the government, the government that Democrats worship, doesn't help them. So they do it again and again and again, and they're locked up again and again. And these, again, Democratic things that they put in motion are paying these prisons every day for every prisoner in there. They give them money every day for every prisoner in there. So we want to fill our prisons with prisoners so we can make all that filthy lucre. Anyways, I'm out. Rock Cringe signing out. Please like, share, subscribe.